With us today, we got Joe, Trigger Joe Britson.
All right, let's go.
Boom! To try to get a matchup with a gunner. Oh, goes the lead. Francis is gunner.
Well, this is just a fist. When I start throwing it around, I can leave one hell of a mess. Let's dance.
Multiple occasions. Wow. It looks like they're going to swing to the very end.
And he wasn't kidding.
Wow.
It's very rare.
What a finish. Another one.
It really poses the question, what do you want to do? Do you want to take a chance and risk getting knocked out?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Trying to take care of business, trying to get to goal. It's a knockout. Oh, my It's a God. Knockout.
And it's closing in, trying to finish it, and it's over!
Because I'm going to take this foot, and I'm going to whop you on that side of your face. There's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
Clock is brought to you by Modelo.
I killed it!
Punch me right in the face, man.
And we have a new nickname. Okay, we have William Send It 7 Pearson. All right, other than that, we used to call him Willie Pete. We used to call him the Mad Russian.
For his opponent to be quicker on the canvas.
Now you're gonna get it, Bobby!
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch.
Wow. How good is this?
Finish him!
Another one.
Everybody gets triggered. It's just if you become a pansy or not. That's in the book of Earl.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
Gotta be very careful. What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for a job? Do you want to change in careers? Do you want to own your own business? I got the answer for you. This show is brought to you by FleetTex. FleetTex is partnering with veterans with mechanical or electronic experience. FleetTex specializes in on-site deployment of GPS tracking equipment and cameras for fleet vehicles across our nation. Check out what they do at www.fleettex.com. Apply today. Currently targeting veterans living in Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Local work and travel opportunities may be available in other areas. FleetTex proudly supports our military, its service members, our veterans, and their families. Enjoy the show.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Sports Betting Show with your hosts, Trigger Joe, Send It 7 Pearson, and the Big Earl. UFC, NFL, if it's on, we're betting on it.
38. Or actually, Ferguson's 1 year older, so Nate's going to be the younger fighter. That's going to be funny. I'm going to mention that.
All
Nate
right.
might use his youth.
Hey, what's up, guys? I think we're live, and Chris just didn't tell us.
We're just fight talking.
Yeah, we're just fight talking. But yeah, so the baker, all right, Muffin Fingers back there is like, I'm just gonna let these guys go straight live. But then guess what? That's what we're used to, motherfucker. All right, support screwing up, and then the grunts taking over. Okay, so this is what we do. You say I gotta go that way, we go that way. All right, well, welcome.
Oh, we're starting here now. All right.
Yeah, we had to cancel. Good morning from Bragg. I was just there. All right, so I flew back yesterday, back to the center of the universe. It was a great time. Hung out with my arch nemesis Tanner Port. It was I hope he's watching today, but we watched the Fayetteville Woodpeckers game. What a great name. But anyways, okay.
It's intimidating.
We got UFC 279, which the reason why we didn't go live last night was because it got all kinds of jacked up because of fat people. Okay. Yeah. And we all know that Big Earl doesn't like fat people. Right? If you can't control your weight, right, then and you just sit there and sulk in it and not do anything about it, it's your fault. Okay. It's not like, there's the food, it's not the government, it's not Donald Trump. You just can't stop eating cannolis. All right, you got it? All right, just stop doing it. Okay.
And, in Tanner Port's defense, he sticks to his laurels on fat shaming is not a thing. Yeah. And I fully support that statement.
Exactly. Because I like how I said, I'll die on that hill. But then again, we don't want to, really make fun of people. We are the ones that will motivate you to not feel sorry for yourself, and that it's still your responsibility. And but we understand we all screw jack things up. Okay, we got the first week of the NFL, which is another thing Muffin Fingers forgot about, but we're gonna get through that as well. Hey Chris, hey God, are you there? So okay, we just wanted to make sure that you weren't like dead.
Sounds emotional again.
Yeah, he sounds emotional again. So Chris's TV blew up, guys. So like, we should start a GoFundMe for like I think he had like a high cents to like $25 for 80-inch TV. But
let's get Chris a new 37-inch high sense on us. We can push together the funds. I think we can do it.
I think we can do it. Okay. Enough of this BSing, because the six of you watching this early in the morning are going to really want to see these fights. But again,
Nick, can I just, to the 6 people watching?
Yeah.
And can I get this off my chest? Hey, don't blame us. All right, we were ready to rock last night. Okay, but I've got a message to whom it may concern from this show to the UFC. We will not be hoodwinked into thinking this was some kind of fucking fluke, accident, whatever. There's no fucking way in the history of the UFC it's ever set up where the co-main and the main have 4 guys in the same weight class inside the top 10 or legends of the sport and Hall of Famers when they retire. Never happened, never will. They made this fight card interchangeable in case Chimaev couldn't make the weight. Chimaev knew he couldn't make the weight. He started shit with Holland. They already knew what was going to happen. That's it. He wasn't told by a doctor to stop cutting. He basically said, I can't make it. Started shit with Holland. They flip-flopped it. And the hero of the show is Li Jingliang, the leech, who's given up 10 pounds fighting Daniel Rodriguez and didn't bitch about anything. Take note, spoiled Americans. The Chinese guy's just happy to be there. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
so
have you ever seen China?
Well, right. He's not spoiled and bitching. He's like, oh, paycheck? Yeah, who am I fighting?
Yeah.
So, love it. Dana White, you didn't fool anybody on this show. That's all I'm saying.
All right, there you have it from BTT's Trigger Joe. All right, and that's why we call him Trigger Joe. And it's all right to be Trigger. We've always said that. You just don't become a pansy.
On 2 hours of sleep, a few Bang energy drinks, and a fucking dream. Let's go.
That was not pansy-esque. That was pretty good. All right, and then with us is the champ. All right, it's Bill Senate 7 Pearson, who could have opened up a much bigger lead last week, but I had too much 10th Mountain bourbon, and I forgot to address a point. But anyways, it's the morning, and as much as I'd love to start slamming bourbon right now, it would just not turn out well for the Trash Talk Hour later. So instead, here's a little product placement for these guys. Drink a little fire department coffee. Okay, so this is their bourbon infused. So I've gotten a little bit of that bourbon taste in the morning. It's really good stuff. Okay,
the closest thing to bourbon you can drink without getting a DUI.
Yeah. All right. All right. Okay, let's go to the first fight. All right, it's a light heavyweight fight, and it's my 2 favorite fighters. All right, we got Johnny Walker, all right, coming in at 18-7 versus Cute Labia. All right, Q labia is 16-7-1, and this is simply to pick this fight. It's pretty easy. It's just science. All right, so if you drink enough Johnny Walker, you outlast the labia. Okay, so I'm gonna go Johnny Walker by decision because a drunk Johnny Walker guy always hits the labia exactly how he's supposed to. All right, let's start with the champ. Bill, what say you?
Yeah,
I do like your theory behind that.
It's science.
That is good science. I'll lead off with
Fauci said it.
Fantastic.
If you're doing any parlays today, stay away from this one. I mean, both these guys suck. I mean, they're not having a good time lately. But if you're gonna put a gun to my head and make me pick one, I'm gonna pick the favorite, Cutelaba. I think he's probably fought the better folks. I mean, he's coming off a 1-round submission choke loss to Ryan Spann. Then before that, he beat Devin Clark, and then he went on a draw and 2 losses to Ankalaev, which isn't bad. Johnny Walker's coming off of getting slept in the first round. And I mean, before that was a loss. Beat Ryan Spann, but then he's coming off of 2 more losses again.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I'm actually pretty comfortable. If you want to take the under on this to try to win some money, I mean, go for the under. But if you're gonna I wouldn't bet money line on either one of these dudes. But if you gotta go with Cutelaba. But really, if you want to throw in a parlay and try to win some pretty decent money, take the under on this one. I think that's your safest bet.
All right, Dan, did you hear that? Okay, because Dan will text me after you guys go 7 for 8 and be like, well, your boy's fucked up again. All right, so he said, don't touch that one. All right, so sorry they went 7 for 8. All right, so Joe, what say you?
Yeah, if you're gonna, let's get the pick out of the way. I'm going Cutelaba. I don't believe in Johnny Walker's chin at all, and Cutelaba does hit pretty hard. He also charges guys, so he's either going to get clipped on the way in or clip Walker when he's inside, because it's like an 8-inch reach advantage. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to be as analytic because I'm not looking at my phone on this one. So the reach advantage will be there. Cutelaba's going to have to rush him, and that's what he does. So one of them is going to get clipped. Inside the distance is going to be in my parlay. It's actually one of the things I'm supremely confident in. So I think Vegas feels the same way. It might be expensive, so I like inside a round and a half for minus 150 in this fight, because I think one of these guys is going to sleep. Neither one of them has a very good chin, and they both like to throw.
Johnny Walker has a 7-inch reach advantage.
Yeah, so after 4 inches, it starts to really make a difference. That's what she said. Never mind.
I mean, they say it doesn't matter, but after 4, now it kind of does.
Yeah. There's something going on. There's something noticeable. Don't let them
lie to you. All right, like
right.
she's a good girl. Then inflate your ego.
There's no difference after 4 inches. Liar. All right. So the pick is Cutelaba, but the bet is inside the distance because these guys are brawlers and don't have chins anymore. So Johnny Walker's last, Bill, I can do an impression of his last knockout. Ready? He gets hit, and then he goes, field goal.
Oh, that was great.
That was okay, yeah. I remember that fight,
he bounced, he went field goal, eyes wide open, pencil. And it was, I can't believe he's come back this soon after that knockout, too, because it was pretty vicious. So he's coming off of just having, as Conor McGregor would say, his head clattered off the canvas, and it bounced about 6 inches when it hit. So I can't believe he's fighting this early. Someone's going to sleep. Count on it. But I'm going Cutelaba, betting inside the distance.
All right. So let's move to the next one. And it's a female fight, and it's a catchweight fight. Now, I learned about this a couple months ago. Am I still correct? Or this is where one person didn't make weight, so somebody moved up or down? Right? Is that what that is?
Yeah. Usually, or they agree on beforehand to meet in the middle.
If there was an injury during camp, sometimes they'll do that as well. They'll call the other camp and say, look, man, I can't run on my ankle. And ahead of time, they'll agree. Or sometimes they do it last minute. But yeah, gotcha. Somebody's fat ass wasn't on the treadmill. That's all that is.
Somebody was eating cannolis. All right, so we got Irene Aldana from Mexico, so not eating cannolis. All right, at 13-6 versus Macy. Macy seems like a girl who drinks pumpkin spice. All right, Macy's like 9-2. So I could see her putting on a couple extra pounds with her mocha latte, pumpkin spice, and Starbucks during training. Get off that shit. You missed weight. All right. So I'm gonna go Irene by green chili submission. All right, Joe, what say you?
Definitely Irene Aldana. Tough to pick female fights the last several out. There's been some surprise finishes. So be careful and check these finish records before you just bet the fight to go the distance because it's two women. Because Irene Aldana can finish people, and I almost think I want to go double chance on her on FanDuel and pick her by knockout 4 points. But I think she's got a decent sub game too. And like I said, I'm not going to be as analytical because I'm not looking at my phone. But Aldona Moneyline is not that expensive, and that's the way I'd go on this one. Bill might have a different breakdown of it, but yeah, I got Irene Aldana by decision and maybe sneaking in a finish third round. I don't know, but
very nice.
Moneyline's not that expensive, so that's what I'm going.
Perfect. Bill, the champ. What say you?
So actually, you're kind of right. It was Macy that wanted this to be a catchweight fight. So Aldana was ready to roll. Macy's the one that wanted it moved to a catchweight.
A higher weight class?
Yeah.
Oh, I was spot on just by looks again.
The lattes.
The lattes.
Yeah,
the lattes.
But listen here, Macy is a point queen. She tries to win the decision and tries to point people to death. Aldana has finished 2 of her last 3 people. She lost one in there. It was to Holly Holm, which is not a bad loss. I mean, Holly is a bad woman. But other than that, I mean, Aldana's slept 2 of her last 3 fights. So, I mean, she's got hands. She's a real dangerous woman. So I got Aldana money line. I think it's a relatively safe bet to pick the under on this one because she KO'd Caitlin Barr in the first, lost to Holly Holm, and then she KO'd Kuniskaya in the first, which are also relatively good fighters for those weight classes. And Aldana's come in and teed their faces up. So take Aldana all day, definitely money line. She's going to be in my parlay later. She's also the favorite. I think the last time it was like a minus 200, I think it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, Aldana, sorry, minus 175 right now. So take Aldana money line, throw it in a parlay. If you want to get ballsy later, take the under on it because she has a very good chance going in and teeing Chase on up. The only reason that has to be worried about that is, like I said, Macy's good at doing jab, run around, jab, run around, just trying to point people to death. So she might run away most of this fight just to avoid that Aldana right hand. But Aldana money line all day. This is also one of my locks.
Very nice. So Rob,
Bill, here's the question. Sorry, go with the viewer.
Rob Hollingheads said lucky in quotes, and then he's like U.S. Marine Corps. So again, he's a Marine guy, so he's got to tell you right away. And then from Rochester, Minnesota, says Irene Aldana with the KO, and I think they agree with you.
Yeah.
Rob. All
Bill,
right.
here's the question though. Do you think that Aldana's got that kind of heart to where if Chason's out pointing her and running, she can lock in and finish in the third round if she's behind?
I think so.
I think so. Okay. Because this does matter. She's not Brazilian. She's Mexican.
Yeah.
They fight different. They do.
Yeah. So especially in Juarez right now, they're fighting all kinds of people. Okay, let's go to the next one. It's another catchweight fight. And you got one of my other favorite fighters is Jingling. All right, coming in at 19-7 versus Rodriguez at 16-2. Another East-West battle. All right, you got China versus the USA. And like Joe said, China, Jingling's going to come in a little bit hungrier. But you know what happens with America? They let China get a little bit too close, and then it's boom, sanctions. Okay, so I'm going Rodriguez by the sanction choke. All right, Bill, what say you?
This is the fight where Joe and I are going to disagree. But I'm also going to come out and say I actually don't want to touch this in any of my parlays. So I think these guys are almost dead even where I'd put them in this fight. I've just doubted Rod too many times for me to do it again. He always shows up and puts on a fight. And Joe will tell you, I don't want to steal Joe's thunder. I mean, Jingling is the savior of this card, but I'll let Joe talk about that later. Both these guys are super tough. They got decent losses. I mean, Jingling's last loss was Shemaev, which Shemaev's also just been running through people. parlay wise, I'm going to leave this one alone. I think these guys are dead even. This could go either way. But for sake of the show, if you're doing a ballsy parlay, I'm taking Danny Rod by decision. Both these guys got knockout power, and both these guys are tough as shit and can go the distance. So I honestly cannot give you a very good answer on this one. That's why I'm telling you not to put your money on this one in any of my parlays. But if you want to get ballsy, take Danny Rod decision. But honestly, this could go either way. I actually think the over on this one is actually the safer bet. Both these guys are super tough.
Now you
super
really
tough guys. But both these guys are super tough. So I think the over is the safe bet on this one.
Very nice, very nice. All right, Joe, what say you on the jing-a-lang?
I'll tell you the key, the bullet point here. See that? That's how many knockouts have been laid on either one of these guys. So the over, I do believe, is a good play. Both guys super durable. Both guys looking really good in their career right now. To be honest with you, I like the Leach. Speed wise, I like his just his striking acumen. I think he can do enough to make the weight not really be a problem. And I think these guys actually probably steal the show, because if you think about it, look at the fights stacked above them, and it's a pretty solid group of guys to be setting up the show for. And I don't think these guys are going to put on a boring fight. They never do. I see a big time action packed fight with a lot of blood and a lot of punches. And I think the Leach edges it out, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was a split decision. So I got Li Jingliang as my DraftKings sleeper and pulling upset. I think he's a plus 130 right now.
All right, so you're saying you definitely want to be fed and semi-buzzed when this fight starts. Like, this is the one you want to sit down and watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's potential fight of the night, to be honest.
From this fight on, you should be stationary.
Okay, perfect. All right. And then, hey, before we get to the last two fights that got all jumbled around to the fights that I guess these guys say should have happened in the first place. All right. Just remember, we'll run another rule for our sponsor here. After the last fight, we're going to go into a little break before we switch over to the Big Earl's NFL locks, which I have 2 years in a row have made you money. All right. So just keep it up. And then remember, I'll tell you guys how to bet UFC and how to bet in the NFL. I don't know anything about UFC, but I'm going to tell you how to bet at the end. Dan, pay attention. Okay, this is why you always lose. Okay, let's go to the catchweight fight for the co-main is Chimaev.
Like they're all catchweight fights. Yeah. Jesus,
at 11-0 because Chimaev got fat. All right, I think he's the heaviest favorite on his card. All right, versus Holland, 23-7. But I'm gonna go. I've been studying, so being from the Netherlands. All right, Holland is going to win by the Stroopwafel smash. Okay, Joe, what say you?
Yeah, I got Chimaev, and I got him by submission. Actually, I think that's where Kevin Holland.
You ever had a Stroopwafel before?
I think that's where Holland's at a supreme disadvantage. But I will say this: I'm gonna bet him. But the danger here is Holland does have a big reach advantage. I think it's 6 inches. And Holland is going to strike with it. Gilbert Burns showed that he's human, tagged him. I mean, he also showed that he's got tremendous heart, because Gilbert Burns hit him with a punch that spun his head around, and he shot a double leg and actually got the takedown. Knew he was in trouble, but had enough heart to close the distance. So I think Burns packs enough power to where he can probably take Holland's best shot too, but he's got to be careful, because if Holland gets off and starts striking, there's a distance thing there, and he could be in trouble, because his striking, he looked open to get hit against Gilbert Burns. So I think he takes it to the ground. I think that's where he'll definitely end the night too. I see maybe a triangle choke here, head and arm triangle, maybe even a bulldog choke.
It's called a Stroopwafel.
Just to squeeze Holland's head off, because they really don't like each other. I think Holland's doing that for show, and Chimaev just hates everybody. So I got Chimaev by I'm going to go ahead and say second round. I think Holland maybe squirms out of a submission in the first, and he gets him in the second. Actually, change that around. First round. I got Chimaev first round submission.
There you go. All right.
I think he gets it done right there.
I might put a little $5 bet on that one. All right. Bill, what say you?
I mean, we're almost dead on with that decision. I think Chimaev is going to just wreck Holland. I mean, interesting statistic to throw out there is after his first 4 fights in the UFC, Chimaev had more fights in the UFC than times he'd been hit.
I remember that. Yeah.
Chimaev is a bad dude, and he truly does not give a fuck. And in his defense with the Holland thing behind the presser is Chimaev said, he's like, hey, I'm from Chechnya, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I don't do this Twitter shit. He's like, when I see you, it's on site. His defense, he saw Holland and ran up in front, kicked him. So, I mean, I'll give him credit for that. I mean, Chimaev's a different type of animal.
I mean, he kicked him in the pre-fight
at the press conference.
Oh, the press conference.
They canceled the press conference because a brawl broke out. So look, Diaz's crew wasn't even involved, and they joined anyways for the fuck of it because there was a fight going on. So Dana White's like, this shit's out of control. We don't have enough staff. We're in a skeleton crew for the UFC. Cancel it. Shut it down. The kids ruined no recess.
Yeah,
everybody go to your rooms. Like, it was fucking crazy, man. Yeah. Dana White was at the press conference, white as a ghost, panicking like shit, sweating. Yeah. It's over. We gotta go.
Also said I'm gonna make money off this.
Yeah. And then everybody misses weight.
I fucking hate you guys. Now I'm gonna go behind closed doors and see how we can make $1 billion off what you just did.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's a lot of people within the UFC. You know, I got some people that work corner for different people. And they've all said, like, backstage and you know, back in the locker room, Chimaev's a legit psychopath. Like, he really does just want to fight everybody just because they looked at him. I'd really love to watch him and Yuri Prochazka go at it, to be honest with you.
Yikes.
But different weight classes, but it'd just be great watching 2 lunatics go at it. But again, I think Chimaev's just going to bulldog Holland on this one. Holland's known to make boring fights even more boring, especially if you talk about that Derek Brunson fight, which is just him on his back the whole time talking shit for some reason, even though he's still on his back.
Yeah, he lost me on that fight.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a significant reach advantage, but I don't think it's going to matter with Chimaev. I think he's just going to come in like a bulldog with pure hatred against Holland and wreck through him. I do think it's going to be a submission, but I think it's going to be almost like he did with Xing Ling. I think he's going to hit him, wobble him, and then he's just going to maul him to death like a bear and then put a choke on him. And that's how Holland likes to lose sometimes too. So Chimaev, I'm actually comfortable first round, but it might be early second round. I think the under is also another safe bet here. Chimaev not going to win you a lot of money line. I think he's a minus 560 right now. But take Chimaev if you want to try to earn a little bit of extra cash. Take the under on this one.
All right. There you have it. Now to the main event. And you guys touched on this one, the welterweight fight with Diaz, the legend, 21-13 versus Ferguson at 26-7. Now, you guys talked about this earlier, but every time I've watched Nate Diaz fight before, I knew he was even a legend, right? Like he's so brain dead that I'm gonna call this fight that Ferguson's gonna win because I have a feeling Diaz is gonna leave the octagon. All right, he's gonna start talking shit and dancing, like jump over the stage, and everybody's just gonna stand there like, what is he doing? All right, so I'm gonna call
throwing water bottles.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna call Ferguson winning by a Nate Diaz mental eruption and disqualification. All right, so the champ. How do you see this main event going?
God, this is one of those fights I wish I could have watched 8 years ago. Both these guys are probably 2 of the toughest dudes to ever enter the octagon, but they both received vicious beatings. I think Ferguson's taken the worst one I've ever seen with the Justin Gaethje fight, and then Chandler came in and put him in the shadow realm. Ferguson needs to walk away too, but in his fucked up head, he thinks he's got a legit title run, which he does not.
Absolutely, he's nuts.
Nate obviously is a tough ass dude. I think he could have beat Leon Edwards in that last fight, but for some reason he didn't jump on him when he had the chance.
Like 2 fights before that too, he did that.
Yeah, Nate. I like I said, I would have loved this fight 5 to 8 years ago. I hate watching it now. Nate's done. This is his last fight in the UFC before he walks away. I think Ferguson needs to walk away for the love of God. I don't want to bet on this fight. I'm going to take Diaz by decision. I think either one of these dudes wins. It's going to be a split. These guys are just too tough. The only thing that worries me is I think Diaz just has the better chin. But he fights like he has the chin of a 25-year-old, which he doesn't anymore. But Ferguson's just taken some rough ones lately, and that worries me when it comes to betting money. So I'll take Diaz by decision. But I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, the only thing that scares me about this one is Ferguson has just been on a slow decline. Especially that Chandler knockout was not a light one either. I mean, that was a rough knockout.
Turned his face into a cartoon.
Yeah. So I'm taking Diaz by decision. But definitely take the over on this one. I don't think either one of these guys is going to sleep early, but they're going to come in and bang it out for sure. They're just too tough to fucking go down. These are two guys that aren't going to tap to nobody. They're just going to go to sleep.
Yep.
So Diaz decision, I think split decision is almost guaranteed in this fight.
Oh, there you go. All right. Joe, what say you?
Yeah, Nick, you've been looking for that fight to throw $10 on a draw. This is the fight to do it. And the reason why is this is the fight to do it. The reason why is Sal D'Amato does not understand how to referee MMA, and he will referee with his feelings. Okay.
Yep.
These are two legends. All right. Both going in the Hall of Fame. And if they have a close fight, watch them score this fucking thing even. Okay.
Huh.
I'm putting $10 on it to win 500 back. Why not?
Sure.
Plus 5,000. So, dude, what a hard fight to call. Here's the reason why is you don't know the many faces of Nate Diaz, which one's going to show up. Yeah. If Nate Diaz from the Michael Johnson fight shows up, and here's why that's still possible, because it was just good striking. It was just good, clean, crisp striking. Either he's not training hard enough to throw that volume, or that's the problem. I don't understand why he can't. He's not a point fighter anymore, and it drives you nuts watching him because you're rooting for him. Like, come on, dude. That was the champion of the world that he put on chicken legs doing the dance in the 5th round, and damn near finished the champion of the world. So if that Nate Diaz shows up, I think Tony Ferguson's chin is beyond repair. Beyond repair. I think in Cinderella Man, Max Baer, they talk about how he killed 2 men in the ring, and they said one of them, he killed them and you didn't know it. So his next fight, the jab in the face hit him, and that knocked him dead. Now, I'm not being that dramatic about it, but I'm saying what Gaethje did to Ferguson is the reason why he went to sleep with Chandler like that. His chin was already toast. It was his trainer said he should have retired after Gaethje's beating publicly. So I just don't trust Ferguson's chin. Vegas has got this thing at a pick 'em. I just don't see Nate Diaz going out and doing something like his brother did in Vegas, because it was really disappointing to watch that live because his brother basically quit before the fight started. And he actually was doing well in the striking department. I think he won the striking. But it's so fucking hard to call which one of these guys is going to show up. Man.
Go with the draw.
I was leaning Ferguson by split. But shit. No, I'm gonna stay with it, man. I'm gonna go Ferguson by split.
Nice.
Both these guys are too they're just too good, and I think Ferguson bleeds him a lot because he likes to throw elbows, and Nate cuts when you breathe on him, and they're scoring based on damage now, and that's a factor. Nate cuts quicker than any fighter I've ever seen because he's got so much scar tissue in his face. And Tony loves those elbows. He loves to cut people. And I know I just waffled, but I think Ferguson somehow figures out a way to win 3 out of 2 rounds.
All right, perfect.
And it's a split for Ferguson.
There you have it. Joe just went on a ramble about he doesn't fucking know. All right. So
I know.
it's good. But
I am betting the distance, though.
Yeah,
I am betting
I
the
get it.
distance.
We get it. So that should, if you are thinking about dumping a bunch of money, that should give you enough warning that probably not on that fight alone. All right. So hopefully these two champion pickers have a little bit more confidence in this part of the show.
Last night. Don't judge me.
Yeah. All right, Joe. What's your DraftKings sleeper, your locks and your parlays?
My sleeper is going to be the Leech, Li Jingliang. So definitely the guy with the most skill that's getting plus money right now on the card. So I'm going to go with him. My parlay is going to start off in the prelims going up. I got Jake Collier. Take him to finish. Chris Barnett, who came in at 5'9", 268 pounds. His fat ass is not going the distance. So I got Collier to submit or KO. Then Jailton Almeida by submission or KO. Take them both to finish because they're heavy favorites. Then I got Kuchalaba and Walker inside the distance. Aldona Moneyline. Chimaev inside the distance. It depends on what site you're betting on, but pick him by double chance to either submit or KO. And then I got Ferguson Diaz going the distance.
All right. I missed, did you say your locks?
Oh, shit. My locks are Chimaev, Aldana, and then Jailton Almeida. I went 3 for 3 on my locks last week, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. All right. And then, Dan, that's how you're supposed to bet. Okay. All right. Bill, give us the locks, the parlays, and the DraftKings sleeper.
Okay, so for this one, I'm actually going to read you 2 parlays off of MyBookie and tell you the difference in prices that you're going to get here. All right, locks are the same as Joe's. Chimaev and Aldana, for sure, they're winning their fights. DraftKings sleeper, I'm actually with Joe again. I think Jingling is actually a really safe DraftKings sleeper bet on this one. He's going to be cheap and he's going to get you points either way because that fight is also going to go over. And Jingling's going to score points. I think he's actually the more precision striker. So DraftKings sleeper, yeah, Jingling is great. So here's some parlays for you. I'm actually going a little deep on this one because there's a lot of favorites on here. So you actually got to go with a little bit longer of a parlay. Starting early, female fight, take this girl Martinez. She's looking really good. Take Dumont, another female fight off of the prelims.
Early prelims.
Yeah, like Joe said, Almeida, Aldana, Chimaev. Now that is your cheap parlay. So $20 will get you like 60 or 80 bucks. Here's an 8-fight parlay I'm going to give you where $20 will get you 329. Take Martinez, Dumont, Almeida, Kuchalaba, Aldana, Chimaev, Barnett, Collier. Take the under on that one. And then Jingling Rodriguez, take the over. $20 gets you 329.91.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's actually a good payout.
Yeah, there you have it, fight fans. Those are your locks, your parlays, and your DraftKings sleeper. Now, we didn't say it at the beginning of the show because we got hoodwinked by the baker back there not telling us to go live, so it threw off the rhythm. But if you don't have money to gamble, don't do it. All right? Don't gamble. All right? Just stay away from it. But if you have a little bit extra scratch, all right, pay attention to how these guys talk. And then this is how you bet them. You put money on the locks, all right, on the fight alone. You might only make $3 back on a $10 bet, okay? But that's $3, okay? And then you bet the other one. And then you put that money on a parlay, like one of the wild ones, right? You don't just put all the freaking scratch on a parlay. We say it every show. All right, parlays is why Vegas has giant buildings because you'll have a 9-fighter about to pay out $2,000 and Bobby Green shows up. All right, so that's what happens. All right,
with like a burgundy suit and no shirt under with
all
gold
of a sudden
chains.
Something gets knocked out. But there you have
helping
it.
My drunk cousin walk up the stairs in Vegas. He did do that, so I like him.
Yeah, there you have it. All right, now we're going to take a little bit of a break, a short one, and then we're going to run the ad again with FleetTex. All right, that's our sponsor, our partner, I should say, and FleetTex wants to hire veterans. So go to FleetTex.com if you need a job and go get one. All right, you're going to have to work a little bit, all right, and then but you're going to make some money, and it's good money. He's a real good boss. He's going to hook you up. So go to FleetTex.com. All right, he's been vetted, he's been proven, so he's a trusted source. So go make it happen. Now we're going into the Big Earl's NFL locks. And that show's a little different. We don't get as much into the individual games. We just pick them. All right. So we'll see you in about 40 seconds. What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for a job? Do you want to change in careers? Do you want to own your own business? I got the answer for you. This show is brought to you by Vtt. Vtt is partnering with veterans with mechanical or electronic experience. Vtt specializes in on-site deployment of GPS tracking equipment and cameras for fleet vehicles across our nation. Check out what they do at www.fleettex.com. Apply today. Currently targeting veterans living in Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Local work and travel opportunities may be available in other areas. Vtt proudly supports our military, its service members, our veterans, and their families.
All right, and we're back. That was a short little break. I hope you got to refill your coffee because I sure as hell didn't, Chris. All right, maybe if you'd been prepared for this, I'd have my coffee. But hey, at least you got the screen up. So all right, another disclaimer before we get to the NFL locks. All right, again, if you don't bet the way that I tell you to bet, then I don't give a shit if you lost money. Okay, so like, don't bet money. Put money on the locks. I'll give you some parlays here and there, but literally, I give you locks against the spread. Okay, that's what I pick my locks on. I could pick 14 for 15 in a week, but I'll give you the locks against the spread. And again, if you want to get on the screen and talk about how much you hate the NFL because the guy 17 years ago took a knee,
I want to hear how many Kaepernick fans we got out there.
Exactly. We don't give a shit. This shows you how in tune you are with society, with your biases, that like you don't think somebody should be able to, I don't know, do whatever the fuck he wants. All right. So it is what it is. We obviously love standing for the flag. We did it for years. Bill's still doing it. All right. And again, so just watch football. They're great athletes. They're Americans. They're killing it. Right. And they're doing an awesome job. And they provide an awesome show. All righty. Let's see here. Let's go with the picks, Joe. What do we got?
Bang, bang. 1 o'clock games. Let's go. All right. We got Baltimore going into New York to play the Jets. The Jets plus 6.5, over under 44. What do we got?
Yeah, I like the Ravens money line here. Just again, first week of the NFL, guys. So don't act like you know what the fuck's gonna happen either. All right. So it's just I always say, the teams that had the harder camps that people had to fight for positions, they usually come out week 1 and do pretty well, and then they kind of phase out. But I like the Ravens here is a suspect one. Lamar gave a deadline till yesterday to get a contract done. Does he come out of the tunnel?
He is,
right?
But he said he's doing his 5th-year extension. Then next season is going to be interesting.
Yeah. So I think Lamar is going to have the biggest year of any player in like relative NFL history. So
my fantasy teams hope so.
Yeah. Lamar, as long as he doesn't get tired and worn out by the terrible Coach Harbaugh, then he should be able to have a huge year. Okay.
All right. This is going to be a fun one here. We got the Browns going in to face Baker Mayfield and the Carolina Panthers. Right now, I'm seeing a pick 'em and the over-under is 42.
See, now this is an actual conspiracy, unlike the UFC where, how did this all happen? Okay, this actually did not happen on purpose, but now you have an actual revenge game with a good quarterback who played hurt all year last year, right? And he is a winner. Okay, and all the players loved him in Cleveland, and he's playing for Carolina somehow. And Carolina has a healthy McCaffrey, and they have a healthy defense, and they are a sleeper pick to go a long way into the playoffs if these guys stay healthy. So first lock of the week is Panthers. All right, they're going to destroy the Browns and Jacoby Brissett.
That's who's starting for the Browns?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. If he's got any fight in him, we're going to find out, because that's the quickest way to piss the guy off, because he basically got treated like yesterday's garbage in the offseason.
Yeah.
So, it was absolutely hilarious. Carolina's happy to have him, I know. Then we got the Colts going into Houston. Houston's getting 7, 45.5.
Yeah, Colts got themselves a game-managing quarterback, which is great for their awesome defense. So I'm going to go Colts, and they will cover the 7.
We're going Jacksonville going in to face the Commanders with Carson Wentz. Washington's -3, 44.
Yeah, Washington, I'm going to take the money line. I wanted to make them a lock at 2.5, but their defense is banged up, and that's the pride of their team. It all depends on the injury report on that one. If their defense is healthy with Carson Wentz in there, I think they destroy the Jags. But I'm going to stay away from this one. But if you got to bet at Commanders money line.
All right, we got New England going in to face the Miami Dolphins and their revamped squad, according to them. Miami's -3.5, 46.5 over under.
Yeah, this one's tough because again, it took Bill Belichick 1 year to rebuild. Okay, like that's it. We're back. And
no big deal.
And everybody's sleeping on the Patriots again, which is just weird. It's like you really don't think that they're going to be okay. However, let's play the human aspect of it. New England has played bad in Miami, even with Brady. Like they can't.
That's true.
They always just went down there and cost me all kinds of fucking money, right? Like it's like what are you doing? And Miami, by the way, loaded up. So let's see.
That was a hell of a call putting Gronk at safety that 1 year too.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
But the Dolphins at 3.5, I'm going to take the Dolphins in this game. But I'm not sleeping on the Patriots this year. So this is no.
So you're taking the Dolphins to cover?
They got to, but you'll never. Like I said, first week, does this team gel? Do they come out and hit their spots? Do they run their routes? If they do, I don't see how they lose because they're stacked. So it all depends on if that locker room is just as stacked as the skill set that they bring to it.
All right, we got New Orleans going into. I'm right here, right down the road from where I'm at. Atlanta. Atlanta's plus 5.5, 43 over under.
All right, this is gonna be one of my lock parlays. I got the Saints, and if you want to put a sleeper pick out there, and I thought the same thing that a guy on Get Up in the Morning on ESPN said, and he got laughed off stage, but he's one of the smarter guys on Get Up, that one of the guest guys, and Jameis Winston's an MVP candidate, like 100%. Look at his stats last year before he got hurt. And then he also, with Tom Brady made Tampa good, he also led the NFL in passing when he played in Tampa. So Jameis Winston, 5.5 against Marcus Mariota and the Falcons. I think the Saints are going to come out just freaking gunning. So I got Saints in a lock here.
Beautiful. We got Philly going to Detroit. My boys are plus 5, 48.5 over under.
I don't know.
Come on. You know what you want to do.
Yeah, the Eagles. The Eagles they're an up and coming team as well. I think they've done well in the offseason, and I think their camp was competitive. The Lions, again, 4.5 is a scary spread with the Lions because they always seem to be up by 6 and lose by 1. So
it was at 5 when I just looked at it.
Yeah. So it might have went money going heavy on the Eagles, but I'll go Eagles money line. But again, fucking Lions. I don't know. Like they'll be winning for 3/4 of the game and lose by 20. So I
don't know. All right, we got your boys. We got your boys kicking it off in 425 with Green Bay. We have played like shit against Philly too. Oh God, LaShawn McCoy, Jalen Hurts, they've all had career games against us. It's fucking whatever. I'm a little triggered. Green Bay going into Minnesota. Minnesota's plus 1.5 at home, 46.5 over under.
And here you have it. You remember?
Oh shit! I skipped Pitt and Cincy.
Okay. All right. Pittsburgh and Cincy. All right. The Bengals.
Cincy's minus 7, 44.5.
I wanted to chat for 2 seconds about this game because Mitchell Trubisky took one of the shittiest coaches in the NFL at Chicago to the playoffs, right? And Mitchell's not a jersey seller. Okay, Mitchell's not a high profile type kind of guy. So they get these franchises get rid of these people, right? It's like he's a really good freaking quarterback, right? So the Steelers, he's not great, but he's a good quarterback. So the Steelers, I had a feeling he was going to win that camp, and so watch this game be real freaking close. But the Bengals are I think they're coming off their high. I think they're young and cocky enough to be hungry after that loss, as opposed to a couple of prima donna veterans that would sulk and cry about it. So I like the Bengals coming back heavy this year, but I got Bengals money line. But watch out for Mitch keeping this game close.
All right, we got Green Bay going into Minnesota. Minnesota's plus 1.5, 46.5 over under.
Now I'm a Packers fan, but I do pick objectively, and I like the Vikings in an upset here. The only reason
they're getting 1.5.
Yeah. Like I'm just talking straight up. But
okay,
and here's why. I don't think their defense. I don't think that team is good enough to beat the Packers in the division. But again, week 1, I don't know what Aaron Rodgers was doing in the offseason. All right, he showed up with a Trump hat on. It was kind of funny, But he look what he did last year. He showed up and threw 3 interceptions. Then he threw 4 interceptions all year. All right, so he comes off rusty. New receivers, he does this all the time. So I stay away from the Packers week 1 because is he going to come out gunning, or is he going to come out and look like a freaking JV high school quarterback? Because that's what he did last year, and then he went on a tear after that and won an MVP. But yeah, I'm not knocking Rodgers. I'm just saying he doesn't. It's tough to see if he comes in prepared. So I like the Vikings here. Obviously, I'm gonna bet
week 1.
Yeah, week 1. Like
when they came into Carolina, they were freaking loaded, and Cam was a rookie, and Cam damn near stole that game. So he is right about that. Aaron Rodgers usually looks like Aaron Rodgers in week 4.
Yeah.
But then we got KC going into Arizona, and Arizona's plus 6.5 with a 53.5 over under.
Yeah, I got scribbled fucking things on this game because I'm gonna go Cardinals in another upset. Like I said, I have a wild upset parlay this week, so I'm gonna go Cardinals straight up. So like that'll pay out pretty good. So
yeah, all right. We got Vegas going in to play Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Chargers are minus 3.5 at home. 52 is the over under.
Yeah, this one's going to be a fun game. The Raiders are just absolutely stacked when they're healthy. I mean, from now with Vtt Adams to the tight end to the running back, it's just their offenses, and then their defense has 2 Pro Bowlers on it. I don't know. I'm going to stay as far away from this one, but if you have to bet it, the Chargers aren't necessarily bad either. So they got a lot of talent on their offense. So I'm going to go Chargers in overtime.
Yeah. Then we got the New York Football Giants going to Tennessee. Tennessee is minus 5.5 with a 44 over under.
All right, here's that last lock parlay. I got a three game lock parlay. Titans are going to beat the Giants. I think
like them to cover.
Yeah, they'll cover 5.5. I think they'll win by a touchdown. So I mean, Saquon comes out. Is he good? Is he healthy? I don't know. Like we'll see. But I know the Titans are healthy, and the Titans they can control a game. They can control a game for a long time with that running game. So I could see him winning. I could see the under happening there as well. But
all right, we got Tampa going into Dallas to play tonight. Or tomorrow night. Jeez, oh peace. Dallas is plus 2.5 with a 50.5 over under.
Right, and again, I've made so much money on the boys last year just covering, and now the media is making a big stink about all the penalties. What did I tell you about Mike McCarthy? He does not discipline a team whatsoever. But he has, and I said this for 2 years now. But his offense is very, very simple and very easy to run and very good. So if the boys stay healthy, and the Buccaneers right now are not healthy, all right, their offensive line is in shambles. I'm calling an upset here. I'm going boys straight up.
All right. And then Monday night we got Denver going to Seattle, and Seattle did I read that right? Seattle's plus 6.5.
Yeah, well, Seattle,
yeah,
I don't
44.
think I think they have like
who's starting at quarterback for Seattle?
I don't know, Geno Smith. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I stopped paying attention to Seattle's camp like right away. I do got to bet.
Absolutely.
I do got to back up a little bit though with the Cowboys. This is the first time Dak Prescott has had an offseason that he wasn't recovering an injury. All right, so Dak is going to come back hard, right? So, I mean, he's another potential closet MVP guy if you want to put a $5 bet on him to win an MVP. But all right, Broncos, we said it all year last year that when Teddy Bridgewater was healthy, because of that defense, like they're probably going to win, right? And now they have a guy named Russell Wilson, which is a slight upgrade from Teddy Bridgewater. So if that defense shows up this year, Broncos are going to win a lot of games. And they won't be pretty games, but they're going to win. It's going to be awesome. So I know Broncos. I think they cover, and that should about do it. So let's run down my sneaky.
No, we missed a game.
Did we?
San Francisco, Chicago.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, Dan was probably waiting for this one the whole time.
Oopsies.
Yeah, Dan was waiting for this whole time. And the Bears are my Cowboys of this year. All right. The Bears are going to lose a lot, but they're going to cover. Right. So I think the Bears cover this 7-point spread easy. I think this is a dogfight. I got no trust in Trey Lance. This is another one of those. This is another one of those jersey sale moves where Jimmy Garoppolo is going to win you games. Like, I don't know, maybe get you to the fucking Super Bowl, and then he's going to put in Trey Lance instead. Right. Like, okay. And then, but Justin Fields, he's second-year guy coming in, it's not going to be bad. But we're not going to be good either. So I do like them to cover a lot of games this year. So I got the Bears to cover this. So 49ers money line, but I put a little scratch on the Bears covering it. All right, let's get into it. Here's my fun parlay that I'm going to put about $3 on. All right, I got the Cardinals in an upset, the boys in an upset, and the Vikings in an upset, and then put the Bears. Bet the Bears to cover that spread. So Bears +7, and then put a little bit of that in your parlay for the wild card. Wild card. All right, and then we got the locks. We got the Panthers, lock that in. The Saints, lock that in, and the Titans, lock that in. But yeah, so I got 3 legitimate upset picks, and I think last year I went 7 in a row on upsets, but hopefully it starts out this year going with that. Otherwise, again, week 1, don't hate me. Sorry, these guys might come out and just, there's 3 guys from a camp that just blow everybody's heads off. It's like, okay, gotta start paying attention to these guys. But it is what it is. Preseason is a joke now. You can't gauge anything. But all right, we will see you in a couple of hours. I think it's 1700 Eastern time. We don't know how to fill out times on our page anymore. Mostly it's my fault. I don't know when the shows happen. I get drunk a lot. But at 1700 Eastern, we're bringing on Stephen 40. All right, you can look it up. Ex Green Beret, who's done a lot of tremendous stuff in the wellness area, and it's our 100th episode. And seeing as we started this whole mission to take care of veterans, that's what this guy has made us passionate about, and actually putting his skin in the game and doing something about it with his life. So we're going to bring him on our 100th episode and talk that. And as always, we have big shout outs. We're not official partners with Gold Star Teen Adventures, but they know we love them. We're partners with the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation, which they are also working with them as well. But that's Bill's guys, a trusted, vetted nonprofit that does tremendous things. So Bill, give us the plug on the Gold Star Teen Adventures.
As always, I encourage you all to go to Gold Star Teen Adventures. It's a great organization that takes all the kids of our Gold Star fallen brothers and sisters and takes them out on trips, leadership academies, everything you can think of. But basically, it's a way for all these Gold Star kids to get together, realize they're not alone, they're not forgotten. Again, we lose our brothers and sisters in arms, but everyone tends to forget about the families left behind. This organization gets those kids together and takes care of them, lets them know they are not forgotten either. Gold Star Teen Adventures.
Yeah, and just a caveat off the Sergeant Major, it's, when you come on our page and you're a veteran and, you're kind of feeling sorry for yourself, which is okay. Some of us might just tell you to, sack up, right? Like, hey, pick it up, buddy. You're fine. Get over it. All right. That's something you can't say to a Gold Star family.
Yeah.
All right. You can't say that. That's literally the truest cause you could probably ever donate an American dollar to. All right. An American dollar should go to like St. Jude's for kids and then Gold Star Teen Adventure, any type of Gold Star thing. All right. It's like if you don't know where to give your money, give it there. All right. That is the safest and easiest place to put it. But all right, guys, we will see you in a couple hours. We'll run another thing with our Fleet Techs. Go get a job. Remember, bet smart, Dan. Okay, don't put $40 on a 16-fight parlay and be like, your boy sucked again. All right, like kind of space it out a little bit.
Stop it.
So, we'll see you guys later.
What's up, sports fans? Are you looking for a job? Do you want to change in careers? Do you want to own your own business? I got the answer for you. This show is brought to you by Fleet Techs. Fleet Techs is partnering with veterans with mechanical or electronic experience. Fleet Techs specializes in on-site deployment of GPS tracking equipment and cameras for fleet vehicles across our nation. Check out what they do at www.fleettechs.com. Apply today. Currently targeting veterans living in Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Tennessee. Local work and travel opportunities may be available in other areas. Fleet Techs proudly supports our military, its service members, our veterans, and their families. Enjoy the show.